Okay, yet another set of SB-7000s. These are rough, man. These are real rough. But cabinets seem good, and got them for 20 bucks. So, guy wanted 40. I showed up. I ohmed them out. One ohmed at 6. The other was bouncing between 4.5 and 5.5, and you can see here it's got a seized woofer. So I'm thinking that woofer is toast. It's cooked. This woofer has a horrible surround, which is no problem. I can make one for that. Use a 15-inch and just have to splice it. Gonna take it apart here, and the woofers have movement. I mean, the mids have movement. We'll see what they are. If anything else, I've got this set right here, which have some pretty, how do you say, dodgy surround replacements on them. And I was thinking, when I saw these online for 40 bucks, I said, it's about a 40-minute drive away. And I took a gamble, thinking that the woofers would be good, that I'd be able to use these woofers. But if anything else, I'll get some parts out of these in good cases. Yeah, let's take them off, and then we'll go ahead and ohm these tweeters out, because these are the money right here. The tweeters are the most expensive thing on this. So got these tweeters off. They've never been off of there. All right. So these have lived the life on top of these 7000s, and let's go ahead and go ahead. So they should be 4.1. That's what I like to see on these. I can do this one-handed. 4.2. That's money all day long. All right, and 4.1. Let's try this one again. 4.2 is fine. 4.3, 4.2, 4.1. Yeah. So these are good. And that, to me, is worth a 40-minute drive and 20 bucks all day long. These go for several $100 on Fleabay. Does it warrant it? Yeah, they're really good sounding speakers, tweeters, excuse me. But I feel like the pricing has gotten out of hand. I sold a mint pair of these for $4.25 the other day. This is, I have 4 sets right now. I had 4. I sold 1. I was down to 3. I picked these up today. This is a set I'm working on. I love the 7000s. They're just kind of a pet of mine here. So, there's a demand for them, because they're really, really good sounding speakers. Okay, so yeah, I'm the chop. It is cooked. All good. It's a good basket, and I'm gonna go ahead and recone this. Okay, this is woofer number 2. This driver seems to be strong. Strong in the force there. All right, yeah, it's pretty bad. That's all right though. It is what it is. I'm gonna refoam this one definitely. But hey, looks good so far. These typically are around like 5. So, what I'm looking for is like 5.1, somewhere around there. I don't know if I've ever seen one go under 5 though. All right, so that is a strong 5.2. That's good, man. That's beauty. All right, so for 20 bucks so far, 2 good tweeters, 1 good driver. Pretty darn sure the mids are good, and the cabs are, they're beat to heck, dirty, but they're missing the bottom stands. But these have spare parts and 2 speakers make 1 set of good speakers. So, yeah, we'll get working on these. All right, so we've got the crossovers out and the mids out. Mids ohmed fine, both at 4.2, and these crossovers are, you know, if you're familiar with the SB-7000s, they're just a really impressive, you know, well-engineered crossover foam. You can't buy replacements. It's the size is just unobtainium. So I've cleaned it up, removed all the debris. I have shimmed the voice coil, and some people use 2. I've used 3, you know, so that it's centered. You know, when you're cleaning the debris, don't remove this yet. This should be the last thing to remove because you don't want any debris falling down in there. All right. So cleaned it all up, removed it, cut around with a razor blade, and shimmed. And, okay, so I bumped it up to 5 shims. I just want to be sure. You know, realistically they say 3 is enough, but I want 5. You know, this is a set I'm going to be selling, and I want to make sure that whoever gets them, they're problem free. So I now have more sets, and I know what to do with. I've got these 2. I've got 2 out in my basement. I just sold another set. So these are glued up, and as you can see, I glued it up on the outside, but I took really careful attention here. This is the seam, and you'll be hard pressed to find that. All right, I mean it's exact. It's pretty darn non-existent. I haven't glued up the outer to the cage yet, but I'm gonna let this dry overnight. I don't like to glue them up all at once. I like to take my time with these and do them 120% right. So we'll go ahead and we'll let this set up, and tomorrow we'll come back and we'll do the outside and the beauty ring, or the gasket. All right. So got one more to do, and we'll do that one tomorrow. We'll start that one tomorrow. Okay, so cured overnight and glued up the outer rim to the basket, and the seam here is nicely mated. I'm gonna just put a very thin bit on the back, but yeah, so perfect movement. There is no scratching or contact, so you can see here it's, you know, shimming. I've done speakers without shimming before, but you know, you can get away with that with, like, you know, small mid-range, you know, 2-3 inch, even maybe 6 or 8 inch, but I think you're pushing it there. I think shimming is a must, especially something this big. So yeah, so this one came out good. I'm gonna finish up, put the ring on. Now, one thing about this, since these are not original, you know, thin roll surrounds, I had to cut the beauty ring, or the gasket, the speaker gasket, and so it leaves about a 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch gap there, which is okay, because I'm just going to take a piece of thin cardboard I have and color it and place it in there. But as far as I'm concerned, that's a successful refoam of a speaker that is very difficult to refoam. So this will have another, you know, 15-20 years to life. This is like a rubberized foam. It's not true butyl, feels like butyl and foam kind of together. It is a little heavier compliance than the original. This is a 7070 woofer, for example, but you know what? The movement is the same. It really can't tell the difference. The thin roll on the thin roll butyl is about the same movement as the thicker roll foam butyl. So yeah, happy with it. And we'll go ahead and throw that in there, and when she's all done, she'll be looking pretty good in the cases that I'm going to be refurbishing. So.